Running an outdoor service business is sweaty, physical work. You are dealing with heavy machinery, changing weather, and hard manual labor out in the elements. But the actual nervous system keeping that business alive exists completely behind a screen. Customers find you online, request quotes through web forms, and expect instant digital invoices. Many operators still try to bridge this physical to digital gap using disconnected tools: personal cell phones, a truck dashboard covered in sticky notes, and pure employee memory. Managing a tiny client list that way works well enough. But as demand increases, relying on memory and scattered spreadsheets creates a structural bottleneck that prevents a business from taking on new work. Think about the first warm week of spring. A sudden shift in the weather hits, and dozens of motivated homeowners decide to call for service on the exact same day. The problem is, that surge in demand hits precisely when the owner and crews are already out in the field, operating loud equipment and running at maximum physical capacity. This chart highlights a dynamic we call the capacity paradox. A company might have plenty of available bandwidth in the field to do the actual work, but their administrative capacity is completely maxed out. They physically cannot capture the incoming demand fast enough. When you are driving a truck or running a mower, you cannot safely answer every call. Within hours, those unreturned voicemails and delayed estimate requests turn into lost revenue as homeowners move on to the next company on their list. Businesses stall their growth at this exact threshold. They stop expanding, not because they lack skilled field workers, but because administrative friction chokes their ability to onboard new revenue. Expanding that administrative capacity does not require bloating your office payroll. Artificial intelligence and workflow automation handle the predictable, repetitive tasks without needing human intervention. When a prospective customer submits a web inquiry, an automated messaging assistant replies instantly, even if the entire human crew is busy at a job site across town. The assistant autonomously asks a few structured questions to collect the customer's address, the size of their property, the specific service they need, and their preferred timeline. From there, digital forms apply pre-approved pricing rules to generate a preliminary estimate. If the customer gets busy and forgets to open the quote, the system automatically sends a polite text reminder a few days later. By removing the delay between a customer's impulse to buy and the company's response, the business plugs its largest revenue leak and secures the job before a faster competitor can step in. Once those jobs are booked, the focus shifts to field operations. For a mobile workforce, profit margin relies heavily on route density, serving the highest number of customers within the smallest possible geographic area. Look at this diagram showing what happens when jobs are booked strictly in chronological order. Crews are forced to zigzag erratically across a massive territory, burning fuel, increasing vehicle wear, and racking up hours of paid travel time. Now look at the same workload processed through routing algorithms. Jobs are grouped strictly by geographic proximity, crew availability, and equipment needs, restricting travel to short, highly efficient loops. Minimizing that windshield time frees up hours of daylight. A single crew can now complete significantly more billable jobs within an 8-hour shift. Intelligent scheduling software takes the money previously lost to the gas tank and idle transit and converts it directly into gross margin. That same software proactively handles friction during the workday. If a sudden rainstorm delays a project, the system instantly texts the affected customers with updated arrival windows, bypassing the need to dial dozens of people manually. The moment a crew finishes and marks a job complete on their phone, the system generates the invoice, texts a secure payment link to the homeowner, and follows up a day later to request a review. This automated communication loop secures immediate cash flow. It then references the customer service history to trigger perfectly timed seasonal recommendations, securing the next booking and maximizing the lifetime value of the account. There is a persistent cultural anxiety that implementing artificial intelligence means eliminating human field workers. But automation in a physical service business operates within a strict boundary. It exists solely to handle algorithmic chores, data entry, calendar math, and sending repetitive reminders. Software cannot verify a complex project scope, deliver physical quality control, or build trust by shaking a homeowner's hand in the driveway. Those require irreplaceable human judgment. Technology acts as a protective layer that absorbs administrative friction. It clears the static so your employees can focus entirely on high-value expertise and building long-term customer relationships. If you are ready to implement these tools, start by diagnosing your single largest operational leak. Figure out exactly where you are losing time or money before buying a dozen disconnected software subscriptions. Map out your current manual workflow step by step. If responsibilities are unclear or your pricing rules are broken, automation will simply speed up the confusion. Pilot your chosen platform with a limited scope, like one crew or a single service line. Monitor the hours it saves your office and measure the new revenue it captures to ensure a clear return on investment. Connected workflows and intelligent scheduling are no longer futuristic novelties. They form a mandatory operating system, giving local physical businesses the tools they need to capture surging demand, miss fewer jobs, and confidently scale.